Okay, so what we have now is the bass clef. As you can see, this is how we draw the bass clef. Now the clef play a major role in writing music. The clef tells us who is going to play the music, which instrument is going to play the music, which voice is going to play the music. Treble clef is meant for treble and alto, soprano sax, trumpet, trombone, alto sax, and tenor sax sometimes uses the treble clef, sometimes uses the bass clef, you know, because it has a lower notes. Yeah, so instruments with tiny voices use the treble clef. Now, bass clef, you have the bass guitar, you have the tuba, you have the bass, you have tenor using treble clef. So trombone uses bass clef. All these instruments with big voices, drums uses bass clef. So when I post the drum lessons, you also see that drums is using the bass clef as well. Okay, so you have the same exercise over here. Each note of the bass clef has a letter name. So these are the letter names. The same way you can see you have two notes, you have G and G, A and A. So you need to know, once you have a bass clef, the notes will change. Let me take you back to the treble clef one more time, and then you see the difference. In the bass clef, your first note is G on the first line. But in the treble clef, just have a look at something. In the treble clef, your first note is E, and in the bass clef, your first note is G. So please take note, anytime you have to write or you need to read from a particular work, check the clef, because the clef will determine the names of the notes. So in the previous video, I was saying that the clef shows, without the clef, the lines and spaces don't have names. So it is when the clef appears on the left-hand side of your staff, that is when you now know which line is E, which line is F. Okay, so for example, this particular exercise over here, we can't say it's a treble clef. If you say this is A, it might be wrong, because someone can also say it is F. But the only way we can actually be certain on the exact letter name is when there's a clef. Okay, all right, so please kindly check your assignment. This is a fifth exercise, and then you work on it. This is also 5 questions. They are very simple, just the same as the one on the treble clef. So try and get it done. All right, okay, thank you very much.